Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the first week of June, and I have been bragging so much about the first week or the entire month of June because there is such powerful healing energy from the planets. This will be a wonderful, spectacular month. I am convinced of it. So I'm going to take you day by day right now through the first 7 days of June and what you can expect, mainly based on where the moon is daily. Because remember, I always say this, the moon is the emotions, it's the public, it's the people. So we want to see how each day is going to be affecting us in relationship to where all the planets are from the moon. This is so important. So remember, I am here in Dallas, Texas, Central Standard Time. No, actually it's Central Daylight Time. We're on Daylight Savings Time. So all these time frames are relative to Central Daylight Time. If you are wherever you are, remember you need to adjust your clocks from where I am in Central Daylight Time. But basically the moon's going to be in a sign per day. So we're going to be talking about that. Now remember, I am a sidereal Vedic astrologer. This is not Western tropical astrology, but you know how I feel about this. Sidereal astrology is where the planets really are truly according to astronomy. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Now, another thing is I want you to understand this is talking about the general feel and sense of what's going on. If you want to know how this affects you personally through your own individual chart, then you need to get my Galactic Planner. Go to galacticplanner.com, and this month of June, it goes as an app on the App Store. Check it out. It's galacticplanner.com. And I promise you, you're going to love it. So let's get going here and let's talk about Monday, June 1st. And on this day, we have the moon. Pretty much the whole day is going to be in Sagittarius. Yes. So actually in the morning, it goes into Sagittarius. And as it does, it will be in the nakshatra called Mula. And Mula is a nakshatra that is deep. Its symbols are roots, which means it goes to the core and the bottom of things. And that's what people will be doing today. Now, this is a particularly blessed day, if I should say so, because opposite the moon is Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. And this is actually what we call, now I'm looking at around 2:30 in the afternoon. Jupiter is about to shift into Cancer today. So half the day it's going to be in Gemini and half the day it's going to be in Cancer. But while it's there, and even when it does go into Cancer, we've got what's called an Adhi Yoga. And simply in Vedic yogas of the moon, this means that the three benefic planets go to the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th house from the moon. And while the moon is in Sagittarius and Jupiter's still in Gemini with Venus and Mercury, they go to the 7th. But even when Jupiter does go into Cancer, it will be in the 8th house from the moon, still in Adhi Yoga. Adhi means leadership, power. Good things are happening. It's bright. It means the first to do something. It is spectacular. It deals with power and leadership. And I do think that this is another indication that we're looking at a month of world peace. People are coming together. And I am doing this video way in advance. I am definitely really confident about my predictions being correct, about the positive energy that's coming up this particular month for sure. Now with all these planets, Mercury particularly in Gemini, it's a great time to negotiate, get things done, talk to people, and goes to the 7th house from the moon. It's a great time for relationships, talking, getting things worked out with one another, love, harmony, peace. This is what this day is about. But the nakshatra Mula is a little harsh because Mula is ruled by the goddess of destruction, Nariti. So to me, this means that you can tackle anything that needs to be healed, that needs to be destroyed and end in order to find peace in your own heart, in your own life. And this also goes for world peace as well. All right, so now let us go on to June 2nd, which will be Tuesday. And yes, where Jupiter yesterday moved into Cancer, so Jupiter's now in Cancer. And we still have the Mercury-Venus in Gemini. These two planets operate really well. It's a time for great negotiations. Venus is love and harmony and peace. In the sign of communications, that's what's happening. Now, the moon today, all day, will be in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the sign of truth, but most of all, justice. Sagittarius is all about truth and justice. So people feel things are reconciled. Things are coming to a place where there is justice. People are being treated the way they should. This is a powerful time. Purva Ashada is the most truthful nakshatra there is. And for Venus and Mercury to be in the 7th house from the moon, let me just say, this is spectacular for bringing people together, talking things out, getting things worked out, and it's wonderful. So the only thing that might be a little issue is Saturn is in a square to the moon. It's in the 4th house, and this may represent things around the house aren't so easy. Maybe make sure you have your home insurance or car insurance. Just things need to be worked out. But Saturn is about work, so maybe it's just organizing things around the house. Now we have Mars in Aries, which is wonderful because Mars likes to be in Aries, so it gives us the energy to go forward and get things done. Now I'm looking at June 3rd. This is a Wednesday, and the moon is still in Sagittarius, in the latter portion of Sagittarius, but it is going to be, let's see, yes, around 3:30 Central Daylight Time, the moon will go into the nakshatra Uttara Ashada. The Ashadas are both about truth and fact-finding, but Uttara is a little bit softer. It's not as poignant as Purva Ashada, but it's all about getting to the bottom of things, finding truth, and making justice, making things fair. This is so powerful. And both the Ashadas can sometimes deal with working things out in the area of war. So I love that Venus is opposed to the moon. Venus is peace. Jupiter goes to the 8th house from the moon. This is working deep to get things right. And Saturn is still 4th from the moon, so organization around the house is important. And probably before the evening, let's see here, it will be probably, by around 9:30 at Central Daylight Time, the moon will shift into Capricorn. So I'm looking at going back. Okay, so now I'm looking at, yes, this is Wednesday, June 3rd, and the moon shifts into Capricorn, and it is aligning opposite Jupiter, which is very auspicious on this Wednesday. So it is a great day to get things organized, get it together. Anything to do with business is perfect because Jupiter moon opposition are powerful. Not only that, Pluto is with the moon. This makes it more powerful, but just watch trying to be too controlling or others trying to control you. Now I'm looking at June 4th. This is a Thursday. And on this day, we do have Mercury. Mercury's coming to a position where it's a little difficult, I'll say that, because actually on June 3rd and the 4th, Mercury is squaring Neptune. Yes. And this can be a little bit tricky because anytime you have Mercury-Neptune, you can't see things clearly. Be cautious and double check yourself on anything, especially when you leave the house. Make sure you have your keys and all that, because that can make you more absent-minded. But on the 4th now, we have Mercury in a quincunx to Pluto. This means it's 6-8, and this can mean that it's an irritant. It is a difficult day for communications. Even though the moon is opposed Jupiter, things will turn out fine, but you've got to make sure you have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, because that is, the Mercury is in Gemini, which I totally like. Just be aware there's a little bit of friction. That's what that quincunx with Pluto, Mercury, in terms of trying to be in control of things. And Pluto is on the moon. So this day, Thursday, June 4th, be careful of trying to be too much in control, and please don't let other people control you at all on this day. So now I'm looking at Friday, June 5th. And the moon is still in Capricorn all day. And while it's here, it is in the nakshatra called Dhanishta. And did you know Dhanishta is said to be the richest one? And it deals with wealth. But it also deals with the sense of emptiness. Its symbols are empty instruments, such as a flute and a drum. So there's something about, there's an emptiness. It's not whole or complete. You know, they say, maybe this is a great day for wealth, but that doesn't give you what you want. Now, with the moon being in Capricorn, Capricorn pushes to strive to make progress. This is about finding meaning and purpose in life. That is Capricorn. And I will say this is the 5th. Yes, so the sun and the moon is waning, but it is in a trinal aspect to the sun. So this is a very positive day to get work done. And another thing is, Dhanishta deals with timing. So if you have an inkling to go to a coffee shop at a certain time, listen to that inner calling, because this will give you, there's something in timing to be at the right place at the right time on this day. Okay, let's get going to Saturday. This is June 6th. And on this day, we have the moon in Aquarius. Yes, the moon will go into Aquarius. And while it's there, it is approaching Rahu. This makes it really intense. And even though it will start out still in the nakshatra Dhanishta, later in the day, in the evening, most of the day it will be in Dhanishta. So, and late in the evening on the 5th, but it's mainly in Dhanishta. But by around 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we have the moon go into Shadabhishak. It's still in Aquarius all day, but Shadabhishak. And this could be a day that we can get some truth about the alien life. Why? Rahu rules that. The moon is with it. Oh my God, glory days are going to come out with the truth. Like we didn't know it already. But it's like, once the governments come out and say they're real and show the real deal that we've been waiting for, the world is going to change. People are going to wake up. People are going to either wake up, rejoice, or freak out. And I think this is the day. I think there's something about the 6th I've heard about them bringing disclosure. But be aware, I think it's coming. This month or July has always been my prediction based on the lineup of planets that are happening, especially the 3 outer planets that are lining up this month in July throughout the whole months. And it represents a higher level of consciousness and awareness on the planet. It's very exciting. So the moon will be with Rahu around getting into the late evening hours, and that intensifies emotions around the world. People are definitely on edge, and people are definitely acting very extreme. Aquarius is intense and a little stuck in their ways, disbelieving about things, but they have to. So looking at this also, the Mercury-Venus being in Gemini, they're casting, they're in good relationship to the sign Aquarius. So I'm seeing relationships, connections, getting out there, talking with people. I love Mercury in Gemini. This means great communications. This can also mean some great communications around the world with world leaders, with Mercury at the middle of the sign of Gemini, 14, 15 degrees. This is beautiful. And Mars is picking up steam, and Mars is just really high-powered in the sign of Aries and in the nakshatra Bharani. Major breakthroughs are happening at this time. Now I'm looking at Sunday, June 7th. And on this day, the moon will be in Aquarius the whole day, and it will be in Shadabhishak most of the day. Remember, it went into Shadabhishak yesterday evening. And half of the day, it will be, most of the day, and it won't change out of Shadabhishak till around 10:30 at night, PM Central Daylight Time, yes. So let me repeat that. The moon will not go into the nakshatra, let me see, of Purva Bhadrapada till around 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Otherwise, for the most of the day till evening, it is in Shadabhishak. So July 7th, it's in Shadabhishak all of the day. Only the evening of the 6th. I was telling you it was in the 6th, but yes, it's weird when the nakshatras kind of shift in the middle of the day. I've got to kind of, well, half the day it's here, the other half it's there. So forgive me for that, but that's the way it works. So the moon being in Purva Bhadrapada, that is a nakshatra that deals with visionaries, seeing the future, knowing the past, being in alignment with everything. It is in Aquarius, a very powerful sign for the moon. And Rahu is still in Shadabhishak, which is the sky watcher. This is the whole period where I guarantee you everyone's talking about the possibility of alien life or health and healing, new discoveries around disease. We're going to hear this constantly throughout June and July. This is phenomenal and very, very exciting. So that will cover the first week of June. I am thrilled. I can't wait to see all the changes that are happening. This will be an action-packed month. So stay tuned. Come back and see me for the second week of June. I guarantee you, you're going to love it. This is exciting, new revelations happening throughout this month. So with that, I think I'll close. If you would like more information on me, please go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Thank you.